whatsoever, but yet it's theirs and they don't want to talk about
They
it.
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, do you think there's something more sinister to
Absolutely.
like the
all
collection of DNA from Nephilim potentially in
Yeah.
the government? And what are your thoughts or theories on that?
When we broke the story on the Kandahar giant, that's our story. That's Richard Shaw and my story. It's our story.
No way.
That's our story. We broke the story on it. That's our film. But we talked of a shooter. We talked of a second witness. We disguised their voice and blotted out their faces. That's our stuff.
Do you mind just giving a rundown of that?
Rick was on a show talking about our Watchers series, and as he's doing that, there's a caller that calls in, and so the show ends, but the host holds the caller over because they're talking off air, and this guy, we call him the shooter. Yeah, I saw a giant. I was in the Kandahar province. We shot it, and Rick goes, "Oh my gosh!" And they get phone numbers, emails. I'm on the phone with this guy the next day. And I spoke to the shooter 3 or 4 times. I met him in person in Ohio. And then we flew him out to California. We filmed him. So we vetted him first. He showed me all of his cards, all of his military stuff, blah, blah, blah. And every time he talks about the encounter, one part he breaks down and cries. He did it 3 or 4 times before we even got him on film. And so the story is this, that it's 2002, 2001, somewhere in that. If I could go back and look at the exact, I just don't remember it. But right around that one. So we're in Afghanistan. We're looking for high value targets. American military looking for high value targets in Afghanistan. And a patrol is dispatched. They miss their rally point. They miss their second rally point. Their third rally point. Nobody knows where these guys are. And they're gone. So the next morning, another patrol is dispatched to the same location to try to follow this trail, see where they go. So they begin to follow the trail in the Kandahar province. And they find themselves way up high, overlooking the valley. There's like a cliff, very wide cliff, like a ledge, but it's not really a ledge. It's more like 20 or 30 feet, across. So you could camp there if you wanted to. And above that ledge is a cave. And as they're coming around the corner and they see all this, they start to see what looks like parts of radios, parts of uniforms, bones, blood. They're freaking out. And before anybody can do anything, a nightmare comes out of the cave, because that's what it is. A 12-footer, 14-footer, got flaming red hair, 6 fingers, 6 toes. He is screaming at the top of his lungs. He is brandishing a lance. And he's like this. And one of the men break away and start firing at this thing. This thing moves with such agility and speed that it stuns the rest. Everybody's like, how is he moving this fast? And before anybody can do anything, this soldier is impaled, and the giant's holding it up, screaming at the top of its lungs. Somebody yells, "Shoot him in the head, shoot him in the head." So they open up fire, and they basically decapitate him. What does that sound like? David and Goliath, right? They decapitate him. Down he goes. He's dead. And at this point, the patrol kind of comes into their senses. The stench is unbelievable. The shooter told us, and I've never smelled this, and I don't want to, it's like a pile of corpses that have been sitting in the sun for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Right? The stench is unbelievable. And some people were actually heaving, throwing up from it. They radio in. The guy that's been lanced, he's dead. He dies. He succumbs to his wounds. And a big, Jolly Green Giant helicopter comes in. They crate this thing up in a net. They fly him out of there. The patrol goes back, and they write everything down. And then they're told, no, that's not going to fly. Rewrite the story without the giant. So they do that. So you say, well, that's a colorful story, LA. And it is. I get that. We have a second witness who was there a few years after the event, who talked about the rumor going around the base about the giant of Kandahar, but you were not supposed to talk about it. And then when they were doing cave training, he's on film doing this. We disguised his face and his voice. He's on film doing this. So he's there, and they're doing cave training, cave fighting training, right? And they're told, when you're in a cave, and if you confront something, aim high. Excuse me, what? Aim high? You mean like here? No. High. Like 19 they're all the soldiers are going like, "What are we looking at here?" This confirms.
Right.
Later, um, years later, a gentleman called me up and wanted to get in touch. He never showed up. He said he was part of a government operation that received the giant bodies from overseas and then
Oh, more than one.
more than one, and then processed them to go